Most people don't hate their life. They hate the versions of themselves who settled for it. They wake up in a reality that does not reflect their potential. They feel the gap between who they are and who they know they could be. And that gap eats at them. Reinvention begins when you get tired of living on autopilot. When you stop mistaking routine for stability and realize that comfort is quietly becoming your cage. You can't dream your way into a new reality. You have to become it. And to live the life you actually want, not the one you were told to want, you have to evolve the identity making your decisions. That was fire. I know that shit was fire as fuck. So basically, and I'll have the link to the actual blog post in the description, and you can just subscribe to my newsletter and you'll get like email updates for all of that. But basically, long story short, if you want to create a reality that you are actually happy with, you know what I'm saying, you have to, what I did basically is follow my framework. So let's just get to the framework. The first thing is self-awareness, or just awareness in general. You need to be aware of who you are, right, in the current moment, and who you are at the core of like your soul, your purpose. Different tools that I've used to become aware of who I am at the core is astrology. And I don't mean like horoscopes. I'm talking natal chart. And I also have a blog post on how to read your natal chart. It's probably one of my first blog posts. I can actually just link that too. But it's a free lecture. I have a whole like hour-long lecture showing you how to find and read your natal chart. So that's a whole other thing. But astrology, number one. And the second thing I would say is like numerology, human design, but that's more spiritual. A lot of people don't really believe in that, but you can do more practical things like journaling. You can literally ask yourself questions to know who you are and to get a deeper understanding of who you are, and like things that are limiting you and things of that nature. Like literally you can ask yourself, like, what are my beliefs? What are my values and why? Like, why are these my values? What is my personal philosophy? And things like that, to get a deeper understanding of who you are. And reflection, you can reflect, you can do some introspection, you can ask your caretakers or your siblings or your cousins or whoever was around you when you were younger, like, how were you when you were younger? What things did you like to do as a kid? Things like that. So basically get a deeper understanding of who you are and your purpose. But to figure out who you are currently, you need to, it's basically the same thing, journaling. That's like the main thing. Questioning yourself, question everything. Like, and I don't know, paranoid shit, but out of curiosity, like genuinely question every single thing about yourself. And so I'm gonna read like the intro to this real quick just to make sure that I'm like on topic or whatever. But take time to become aware of your thoughts, your self-talk, your patterns, and the stories you tell yourself about who you are and what's possible. So you can ask yourself, what are my current beliefs about myself, life, and the world, and what limitations have I accepted as true, and why do I believe them? These questions will help you become more aware of your limitations and like your current thought patterns and the way you process things, because it's all about your perception and how you process things. So like, for example, you could see something, an event can happen to you. Let's say somebody stood you up on a date or whatever, and you can look at it as like, damn, somebody stood me up on a date. You can appraise it negatively or you can appraise it positively. And basically, however you decide to appraise it is the consequence that you'll get. That is the outcome that you will get. That is the emotion you will feel. So if you appraise it in a negative way, then a negative emotion will follow. And the same thing with the positive. If you appraise it in a positive way, then a positive emotion will follow. So that is that. And I also want to state this. Like I said, your perception controls your reality. It is your reality. So you cannot go farther than the perceptions or than the limits of the person that you see yourself as. I also have a blog post about that I literally just posted last night. But you cannot go farther than the limits of the person that you see yourself as. So you need to know what you see yourself as, who you see yourself as, and pivot that. that is the whole point here. We're trying to reinvent ourselves, so we want to know who we are now so that we can stop and limit the patterns and the behaviors of the person that we have been, so that we can transform into someone else. All right? So after you get through all of this, you want to create an anti-vision. Your anti-vision is basically what you do not want. This is what you don't want in your life 1 year from now, 6 months from now, 5 years from now, or even 10 years from now. Like, what is your anti-vision, right? And you can find your anti-vision by asking yourself, if I do not start to take action to change who I am now, where will I be in 1 year? Where will I be in 5 years? And the answer to this should make you cringe. It should make you like pissed off. Like, it should really piss you off when you think of it. It's just like, damn, if I don't build me a personal brand and to become financially free, I could potentially be working a 9 to 5 for the rest of my fucking life until I retire. That shit pisses me off. I won't have any freedom. I won't have any time I won't have any time. I will be old as shit, still working. And then when I stop working, I'll have a fucking 401k and spend that shit. How long can I live off that? Like, I will be a slave, essentially a slave. That's my mindset about it. You feel me? And I hate it. I can't fucking stand it. So that is my anti-vision. Working a 9 to 5 is the bane of my existence. I hate it. I can't stand it. I feel trapped doing that. Especially me. I believe I have ADHD. It's not diagnosed yet, but I have the characteristics of someone with ADHD. So I just can't do that. I can't get jiggy with that shit. But yeah, once you create the purpose of creating your anti-vision is to know what you don't want, but it will help. Your anti-vision will help you know what you actually want. It will help you know what you need, what you want in life. Because a lot of people get lost by not knowing what they want. So the easiest way to know what you want is by knowing what you don't want, because what you want is the opposite of that. Plus, your anti-vision, looking back at it, it will help you maintain consistency and discipline. So, once you get past step 1, which is the awareness section, right? You want to shift on to step 2, which is the decision. This is deciding who you're becoming, or shall I say who you are. And this is where you clarify your vision, right? You want to get very, very descriptive in this part. You want to know how your desired self, or your actual self, feels, how they think, how they talk to themselves, how they walk, what is their routine, what does their environment look like. And you want to visualize this from all 5 senses. So, for example, let's say the new version of you has a new car, or a Jeep, for example, right? Go test drive a Jeep so that you can touch the interior of the Jeep. You know what I'm saying? You know how the door feels when it closes. You know how the button feels when you click on it. How does it smell in the car? What does it look like? You know what I'm saying? Touch it. Lick it. I don't care. Lick it if you want to. But you need to know you need to use all your senses. How does it sound? How does the music sound in the car? How does it feel to touch the steering wheel? How does it smell? What does it look like? And taste it. Taste it if you need to. But you can also go on YouTube and look at ASMR, Jeep ASMRs and stuff like that if you really want a Jeep. But it's not necessarily too much about the material stuff, but I'm just trying to give you an example of how to do this, how to utilize this, right? So, yeah, once you get to decide who you are, you want to write out how this desired version of you feels. That's the most important thing. How do you feel? How do you desire to feel? Because that is what's going to give you the boost. That's where the willpower is coming from. You're feeling. You feel it and you just get up and it's giving you energy, right? I don't know if the willpower comes from that, but it doesn't matter. You want to know how you feel, right? Now that you know everything about yourself, you want to know what you do when you first wake up, what kind of food you eat, taste the food in your mouth. If you eat strawberries when you first wake up, if that's what your desired self does, go eat some strawberries. You know what I'm saying? And that way you can taste it. You know how the juice feels when you bite into it and it bursts into your mouth. You want to be very, very visual with this. Now we're going to step 3, which is the mental reprogramming. And with the mental reprogramming, it's pretty much the same thing, but it's more so about repetition and emotion, right? How are you feeling? And you repetitively making yourself feel, putting yourself in positions to feel these things. So visualization, affirmation, journaling, positive self-talk, or self-talk that is aligned with your desired self. So when I say journaling, journal a day in the life. Act like you are already doing it, living it, right? It's about embodiment. You want to act like you're already living a day in the life of your desired self. So when you journal, it's like, okay, journal today. This is my journal entry today. This is what I did. This is what I ate. This is what I experienced. This is how much fun I had. This is how I felt. And write gratitude, like, oh my God, I'm so grateful for this Jeep. The way my hair feels when it blows in the wind. The way the windshield wiper swishes back and forth. Like, I love this Jeep. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to be able to have this Jeep, finally have this Jeep. It feels so good to finally have this. It feels so good to finally, whatever. You want to focus on the emotion. And like I said, it's not so much about the material stuff. It's about self. It's about internal. But that's what we're shifting. That's what I'm trying to give you. I'm giving you examples to help you try to shift the internal. The internal is the mental and the emotions, right? The frequency that you're on. You want to align yourself with the frequency of your desired self, your desired reality, right? It's like a radio station. You can tune in to different frequencies. You tune into this frequency and now you're listening to pop. You tune into this frequency and now you're listening to reggae. And this frequency is rap. Whatever your desired frequency is, you tune into that and you feel how it feels to be on that frequency. And you stay in it. And to stay in it, we'll get to that too, but you can even go to YouTube and type in like day in the life of a person living your desired reality, whatever your desired reality is, whatever your desired self is. If you desire to be a painter, then day in the life of a full-time painter, a full-time artist, a day in the life of whatever, you know what I'm saying? And look at their lives and envision yourself living their life. Go to Pinterest and look at people and they're having a studio or whatever you desire to have. Go look on Pinterest. Like me, for example, I desire to have fun in my life. I love riding jet skis. So I'm going to go on Pinterest and look at point of views of people driving jet skis with friends and stuff like that, having a good time. And I'm going to create a board, or I'm going to save it and put it in my phone. I'm going to create an album. And this is my vision board, right? This is the vision board, and you binge it. You go on social media, you recalibrate, you reconstruct your entire social media. You don't want to follow nobody that's not aligned with what your desired self is, your desired reality is. If they posting bullshit, you don't want them to do it. You know your desired self. Okay, if they're posting bullshit that you know that your desired self has no fucking intentions of being around, nip that shit out in the bud. Just fucking don't follow them no more. Unfollow their ass, or make a new account. Make a new account and be on that account. You know what I'm saying? And only follow people who are aligned with your desired self, the reality of your desired self, the frequency of your desired self. So me, I desire to be physically fit. I desire to do calisthenics and be plant-based. I don't follow people who fucking cook sausages and pork all fucking day. I follow people who are eating plant-based diets and showing plant-based recipes and cooking food that I desire, that my higher self or my desired self will fucking eat. I look at people doing calisthenics all day. I don't look at people that's just sitting on a couch and eating food and not working out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking at people who drink all day long on my social media platforms. I'm looking at people that are aligned with my desired reality and my desired self, so that I can now attune myself. I'm basically trying to expose myself to this as much as possible. It's about repetition, right? I want to read some more about this too. So this is coming from the blog post again. Your subconscious mind learns through repetition and emotion. So speak it, feel it, visualize it, and live it daily. Pay attention to how certain things, people, and places make you feel. If they don't align, remove yourself. Simple as that. Remove yourself. You don't have to explain shit. You don't have to motherfucking feel bad about it, because you are trying to become a better version of yourself. And if someone is limiting you or mad at you because you want to become a better version of yourself, fuck them. They don't matter. That's just simple. And this is not to say that you should create a to-do list doing these things every single day. You don't have to be that practical. Just start out with visualization and be natural with it. Everything you desire is already yours, and it's inevitable, especially if you're repeating these things. So you do have to create an action. You do have to take action, but it's not about it's not about you. You don't have to be so set in trying to become. You know what I'm saying? The point is, you just want to get it in your mind. You want to expose yourself to this so much. And I say maybe like a week or 2 weeks. Really a week of you just consistently exposing yourself to this. All right. To get it in your mind, to make it feel normal to like these things or want these things. You want it to feel normal. You want it to feel like it's your life. You don't want to look at it and be like, oh, I wish I know. You look at it and say, yeah, this is me. Yeah, I can get here. I can do this. Go on Pinterest. Like, let me show you my vision board. Like, this is how real it gets. I'm going on Pinterest and I'm about to show you my vision board. Let's see. So I call it home because I already made, it doesn't matter. So this is everything that's on my vision board. The way I want my home to look, the way I want my furniture to look, the times I want to have. I want to go to campfires and with my partner and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I want to have fun with friends. I want to enjoy my life. I want to see beautiful, amazing views. I love mountains. I love different types of homes. I love lofts. I want to be able to eat food like that. You know what I'm saying? I want my home to be beautiful. I want a fine ass woman. I want all of these things. But it's not just about that. You also go on here, because I'm selling digital products. So I'm going to go on here. This is what I want my sales to look like. Yeah. It's probably a little difficult to see. But you want to type in sales pages and like money, showing yourself with money. And it's not just about the money, but this is just, I'm creating a world. That's the whole point. Like if I go on here, like I'm looking at, I'm going to show y'all. These are all the things that I'm interested in. These are all aligned with my desire stuff. I want to make clothes. You know what I'm saying? And when I look at this, I'm creating an entire world. Like, this is somebody getting paid and monetized off YouTube, showing their earnings with YouTube. And somebody with the exact furniture that I want in my home. And I'm trying to show y'all this right here, where it's basically showing people doing calisthenics. And then it's showing you have a new order. This is what when I scroll down on my notification bar, this is what I want to see. A bunch of sales, a bunch of shares, a bunch of likes, a bunch of retweets, or reposts, restacks, or whatever you want to call them. And I just have a bunch of those. Like, this is what I want my notifications to look like. I want to get paid in my sleep. I want to wake up and see that. I want stocks. I want investments. Like, this is the shit that you need to have in there. And when you look at it, you're literally creating a whole world of what you desire to have. And when you build that world, you scrolling, constantly looking at it like, you're imagining yourself doing it. And I look at a lot of point of view videos, a point of view of somebody driving a Jeep, point of view of somebody driving a Bentley or Rolls Royce or whatever I desire, right? And you envision yourself there, living in it. You picture yourself in it, and your brain is literally like creating false memories, because it says they say your brain doesn't know the difference, right, between what's real and what's not. They just know what the feeling is. So I'm looking at this stuff and I'm feeling it like, oh wow, like I'm feeling gratitude. I'm thinking to myself like, yeah, you actually did it. Like you actually did it. You actually made it. You actually accomplished all your goals. Like, you better be proud of yourself, man. It feels good. Like, you can't help but smile. You can't help but feel that in your heart. You feel it in your heart. And that is the whole point, right? And then you also have that's the positive emotion. Your vision is supposed to give you the positive emotion, and your anti-vision is supposed to give you the negative emotion. Your anti-vision is pissing you off. But the good thing is your negative emotion can drive you. So you have an option. You can use the negative, you can use the positive, or you can use both. And I like to use both. Because whenever I'm like, I don't want to do this shit no more, blah, 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 go straight to that. But anyway, let's get to it. Step 4. Excuse me. Step 4 is action. So the first thing with action is you want to have the outcome goal. which is our vision, right? Our outcome goal is our vision. But in any time that you are creating an action, you want to take action, you want to do it with intention. You don't want to just be willy-nilly doing random shit. Sometimes, yes, it's cool to be spontaneous and all of that, but when it comes to your future, or your time and things that you know what I'm saying, that require a lot of energy, you want to be intentional. At least I do. I want to be very intentional. So your outcome goal is basically your overall goal, your vision. My vision is to actualize my highest potential. I want freedom. I want to have passive income coming in, and I want to have a lot of friends. I want to be balanced. I want to have love and joy and fun in my life, all of these things. So that is my outcome goal. And my process goals, I pick one of those. So that was a lot of goals I just gave. For me personally, I want to build my audience for my personal brand. I want to build my audience. So your process goals is basically the daily actions that you're going to take. I say pick one action, one small action that you can complete every single day to get you closer to your desired reality or your desired self. And you want to do this in 30-day increments. So I want to build my audience to 1,000 people, 1,000 subscribers. Let's just say that, right? I want to build my audience to 1,000 subscribers. So I'm going to post. My one small action is I'm going to post a YouTube short every single day for 30 days. And then when the 30 days is up, you want to reflect, adjust, and repeat. So you're reflecting, okay, did this work out in the way that I wanted it to? You know, you may not get 1,000 subscribers in 30 days, but the goal is, if you haven't gotten 1,000 subscribers, you can say, okay, am I not growing fast enough? How could I adjust it? Should I adjust my intros? Are my intros coming off too weird? What videos did well? You know what I'm saying? What videos didn't do so well? And take apart, things in that aspect and see, like, okay. Should I change my thumbnails? My caption not right? Should I put more tags? You know what I'm saying? You want to reflect on what's working and what's not working, and then you want to adjust. And if you decide that you want to switch something all together and say, you know what, I think I'm going to just do long form videos instead. Because you pick your one platform that you want to grow on, right? And then you go from there. It's not like you just go all over the place. You pick your one platform that you want to do, you post every single day, and then when you hit the 30 days, you reflect, adjust, and then you repeat for another 30 days. And then you want to focus on, the acronym is FOCUS, FOCUS. Is follow one course until successful. So I say 30-day increments so that you don't feel like you're just doing it for a whole 6 months. You know what I'm saying? You need short timelines. So when you do your 30 days, like I said, you reflect, you adjust, and you repeat, but you also want to reward yourself. Acknowledge that you actually completed this shit for 30 days. Make a post about it, journal about it, and throw yourself a party. Take yourself out on a date. Drink if you want to. I don't know, whatever you do. Buy yourself a new outfit. Do something to make yourself feel accomplished. You know what I'm saying? This builds your self-confidence, your self-efficacy to continue doing more actions. You know what I'm saying? And you always want to reward yourself after each 30 days. And you know what I'm saying? You reflect and adjust, and then you repeat the 30-day cycles until you have completed your goal. Once you have completed your goal, you can find a new goal, and then you repeat that same thing. Now, the fifth thing is maintaining your frequency. So this is kind of where you are incorporating all the steps again, or repeating the steps again, maybe. So let's say you're posting for 30 days and you're not getting anybody liking your shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like you 10 days in, nobody's liked it, and you kind of feeling, feeling shitty. You feeling shitty because nobody likes your post. So what you do is you look at your anti-vision. If I don't do this shit, if I don't at least try and reiterate and reflect and readjust things, then this is where I'm going to be in a year. I'm still going to be in the same spot I was in 5 years ago, 3 years ago. I'm still going to be in this same position now, 5 years from now, if I don't at least try to believe in myself and do it. And then you look at your vision You look at your vision board and you start looking at the people that you desire your life to be like. If you want to be a calisthenics person, you go on the calisthenics pages, watch people work out, and that shit is gonna motivate you. You like, okay, this motherfucker can work out. Why the fuck can't I? This motherfucker can sell out on stages. Why can't I? Like Russ, for example. Russ, he's an artist, right? A rapper, and he's created his own studio. And I think he had a studio in his mom's basement or whatever. And he posted a song every single day until he made it. And he made it, obviously, and he's made millions of dollars doing that. But the point is, you do it every single day. And if you feel like giving up, you look at your vision and your anti-vision, and that will give you everything you need to know, everything you need. And if you need to reprogram your mind again, because your mind will try to revert back to what's comfortable, because it's uncomfortable to try to do something new. It's uncomfortable to try new things. So your mind will try to revert to you know what I'm saying, back to the old self. So you may need to go through the mental reprogramming phase or stage many times. You know what I'm saying? You may need to keep going back to it. And that's okay. That's fine. But if you feel like slacking, you look at your anti-vision and your vision, and trust me, you will be like, you'll be on track. You'll stay consistent, because that's what's helped me, for real. Like, I've had a lot of trouble being consistent, bouncing from thing to thing. Like, bouncing from different things is not going to get you anywhere. At least give yourself 30 days. At least give yourself 30 days. And if that's not working, you have to realize a lot of shit don't just happen in 30 days. Some things take 6 months. Some things take 2 years. But give yourself 30-day increments to then say, okay, if something's not working, then maybe I should readjust it. Reflect on what's working and what's not, and then readjust, and then repeat it again and do something new, whatever the case. But yeah, I feel like I kind of went all over the place. So let me just go through the steps again, right? You got awareness. You become aware of who you are at the core, and what's limiting you. You become aware of that. You create your anti-vision, and then you decide on who you want to become. And you create your vision. You get descriptive with this vision, right? And then mental reprogramming. You reprogram your mind through repetition and emotion, feeling it. You want your thoughts to be emotion provoking thoughts. And you want your emotions to align with your desired self, to align with what you desire to feel when you reach your desired self or become your desired self. You literally need to embody. Overall, you need to embody who you desire to be. Embody that person. Feel like them when you wake up. Think like them. If you want to be a millionaire, then treat yourself like a millionaire. Carry yourself like a fucking millionaire. If you want to be in love, then fucking fall in love with yourself. You need to fall in love with yourself. Look at every single thing on yourself. Every single body part. When you put lotion on your body, look at every part of your body. Feel every part of your body. Pay attention to it. You know what I'm saying? Look at your accomplishments. Write down all your accomplishments and be like, okay, you actually fine as fuck. Write down everything that you've done. Small, it could be the smallest thing, but write it down. Write down your interests. Write down what you're good at. Journal. Get to know yourself. Talk to yourself. Have conversations with yourself. Create and sit there and just observe your creations. Like, damn, like I really did that shit. Fall in love with yourself and fall in love with life. That is how you literally have to become your desired reality. Your desired self. You have to become it now. There is no waiting to be successful. Feel successful now. There is no waiting to be healed. Feel the gratitude now, and the healing will come. You know what I'm saying? Feel the emotions of someone that is successful now, and the success will come. But you have to be there now. But yeah, so after the awareness, becoming aware, after deciding who you want to become, your vision, your anti-vision, all of that, your mental reprogramming, you take your action, one small action every single day for 30 days in 30-day increments. And then if you have trouble with that, with trouble maintaining your frequency or staying consistent, then you look at your anti-vision, you look at your vision, and then you go repeat the mental reprogramming steps. So overall, I hope that was helpful. I have a lot of blog posts. You can subscribe to my newsletter. This is where I really go in depth with everything and post everything there. and everything that I discover or whatever. Sometimes I may go on just a dump of whatever's on my mind, or I actually do research and give you actual researched things, or I just tell you how actually give you actionable steps of things that I have completed and learned and implemented within my life. And yeah, so my blog is pretty much where it's at. But I also have a free journal prompt guide. It's the Who Am I journal prompt guide is linked in my bio. When you click the link in my bio, it's basically the first thing there. You can just download that for free. Just 7 journal prompt questions to really understand who you are, get a better understanding of who you are, to start your journaling process, to become more self-aware, to basically jumpstart the entire process of becoming aware of who you are in this current moment. And then yeah, I also have the self-reinvention course coming up. It's basically a course on everything that I just covered, but much more in detail. It's actually with PowerPoints and lectures and voiceovers and different guides and things like that for you if you are interested in that as well. But yeah, peace. That's all I have for today.